Well, I don't know where it
Check
is.
down the back of the couch.
Yes, I've checked down the
What
back of the
about under
couch.
car seat?
No, it's not under the car
Do you
seat.
think the dog ate it?
No, I don't think that the dog ate it. Honestly, how can you lose an entire week? Anyway, here's this week's cloud news. Windows Server 8 is built around cloud. According to Steve Ballmer, the reimagining, really, of Windows Server 8 is all about the delivery of cloud service, and all of their flavours and the company itself is also being flowed in that direction. I actually thought it already was. Isn't that we're all in thing a couple of years old now? Anyway, the belief that the next few years will see more workloads being put into public and hybrid cloud environments is fueling the Windows 8 drive to be much better at handling those kinds of requirements. And features like live migration without the requirement to use clustered storage is going to help that along nicely. There's a feature article over at CRN covering the session which was delivered at the Dell World Conference. I'm happy that we're seeing some movement in the right direction from Microsoft. We know that this is a big ship and therefore it takes a long while to change direction, but they do seem to be heading in that way now. And with the System Center 2012 features and the Windows Server 8 virtualization features, we're starting to see a platform which genuinely could be a winner, rather than a strongly placed runner, which it is at the moment. There is a but to this though. The problem with making things easy at the surface is that they become much more complex underneath, and those organizations that are looking forward to realizing the benefits which the new Microsoft suite will bring also need to make sure that the impacts of hybrid adoption, which I still believe most will be, on their other systems and internal processes, both IT and business centric, are actually well and properly documented and defined. We've got to bear in mind here that the tech is just an enabler. Installing something cool doesn't make things better, it just means you have something cool installed. Look at the services and the requirements, then the benefits, and then make the right tech decision. Citrix are in acquisition mode again. This time they bought themselves a cloud storage solution in ShareFile. I've had a quick look at ShareFile, and I like what it seems to do. It's reasonably priced and it looks like it's got a strong set of features, including stuff like Outlook plugins and Windows Drive mapping, which I found invaluable, which will integrate it well into System's overall strategy and fills the gap in that follow me data storage market. The APIs for sync, store, search, security, and authentication also provide a strong set of hooks which the devs will be able to use. ShareFile is, of course, available over at sharefile.com. This makes VDI a little bit more interesting, and I've no doubt that we'll see moves in the same sort of direction from the other vendors too, in order to match this new feature set. Now, is it enough here? Is there enough here to prompt a change of decision if somebody's already gone down a particular VDI path? Not yet, I think. I'd want to look at how Citrix start to bring this together before basing any significant decisions on the potential, but there is potential there. It's Eucalyptus out and OpenStack in for Ubuntu. In the 11.10, is that actually not just 11.1? In the 11.10 release of the Linux distro from Canonical, the Ubuntu Enterprise Cloud bits, of which Eucalyptus was part, are no longer included, and the Diablo release of OpenStack is. It seems that momentum has switched towards OpenStack in the market, and that's why the change was made. It's also interesting to note that the Xen hypervisor will also be reintroduced to the stack, which further introduces opportunities for interoperability across cloud environments, and to support the mixed environments, which we're going to start seeing more and more. Of course, the vendors want to have service providers all sitting on one platform, their platform, but the providers themselves know that if you have a substantial customer base on a certain platform, which is happily generating revenue, you are inclined to make changes. So it's at the interop and management layers which this needs to be sold, and Xen can certainly help with that in certain quarters. Story over at the Register caught my eye on this. On the security side of things, the Cloud Security Alliance, whom I've mentioned a couple of times in the past, have signed an MOU, that's a Memorandum of Understanding, with ISC2, which I believe is ISC squared, or something, which allows members of both organisations to benefit from each other's research and offers a discount level for their respective events. ISC2 can be found over at isc2.org, or ISC squared, anyway, isc2.org, and the CSA can be found at the cloudsecurityalliance.org. The research available from these folks continues to grow, and these sites should be in the favourites list of anyone working with cloud services solutions. So, that's it from me. Cheers for now. Do you think we left that missing week over in Norway?